On top of it is there is always this, I would say, this dream of every international actor to come and make it in Hollywood. I was
Mm.
talking to a Scotsman who's been in King Arthur. He's been on Outlander series. He's in Scotland, and he hasn't never thought of moving to LA. And so I would love for you to tell the difference for a lot of the listeners. So what's the
Mhm.
difference between being a working actor, international, actually in Hollywood versus people who say, I'm just going to stay in Europe. And if they call me, great. If they don't, no big deal. Like, why
Yeah.
Hollywood for
It's a
you?
very interesting question and a very intricate one. I will say, in my time, 20 years ago, when something 23 years ago when I got here, it took I heard it from other people, so I'm not sending flowers to myself, but it took some kind of courage to come here with no English, with no money, and a goal. And a goal that I knew would take maybe 10 or forever to make it happen. And it took around that time, 10 years to actually get into the business and really finally getting parts and being able to be very much independent and raising my kids a little bit more happily than I did and blah, blah, blah. But I think 20 years ago, doing that, we took a bit of courage, dedication, a lot more hard work, where you don't understand the people around you. Keep in mind, I didn't speak a word of English.
Wow.
So it was just I won't call it a dream, let's call it a goal. It was a goal of mine. Now, the advantage that actors like you just named, or anyone else around the world, could actually create content wherever they are, sell it to a platform, being recognized for it. Either America, the big machine, the big Hollywood machine, says, oh, we like it, bring the people to do a remake or something, or put those people in a different show or whatnot, or they just can have a beautiful life living where they are. So I'm a little bit having a second thought when it comes to that. Today in 2021, if I was in France and I was 20 years old and this is what I want to do, I will not think of America as the end game, of this is the goal. I will more think about it. Well, let me show my country and the rest of the world, because everything became so small, what I can do. And the opportunities are greater for so many more people than before.
That is so fascinating. And also, another thing that I caught from your conversation earlier, which is really interesting, I am feeling that you have a lot of views about mindset and how mindset helps you go places in life. So
Mhm.
tell me, what were your instinctual rules of life for success? Because obviously you came here overcoming so many odds. So I'm interested to know whether you already had some sort of like a mindset
Mm.
tricks that you're giving yourself, or you adopted them, or you were forced to adopt them when you come here. Tell me about
Well,
it.
I mean, for me, you always start with someone define me, and you're always going to have a lot of people saying, "Are you crazy? Just stick with school and or be a baker, and life is great." No, I have a goal in my life. I want to go and pursue it. I think to me, it always started with, "No, you cannot do it. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. No, you cannot do it. Oh, okay. Hold my beer." You said something interesting. You said that I'm a dancer. I'm not a dancer. I have never danced a day in my life. Now, how could I dance like a professional dancer when someone tell me, no, you can't do it? And you know who tell me that? Who told me that? And she's not proud of it. She never said that. My wife. I come back the first time of rehearsal of cha cha cha, and I show her this is this move, and she's like, that's not good. Oh, okay. Well, I'll show you the day of the performance. Anyone in my life tells me like, this is too hard, this is too complicated, you cannot do it, I will have something inside of me that would make me boil and do everything I can to prove them wrong. And of course, that generates a lot of stress to me. And I had through times to dial this a little bit, because you realize what you can and cannot do. I'm more like a jack of all trades. My strength is it's very hard for me to give up. And it's very hard for me to hear that I cannot do something, because I will just zero it in and do my best to be as good as someone who does that to the highest level.